You can see, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah,
Let
I
me
can see.
see if you see, this is the one I have done. Like, and oh no, what
Just
I have.
select all. I will tell you how to select all this line, how to deselect it. Just select all select the area you want to uncomment.
This one you are saying?
Yeah, yeah. Just press left control. Yeah, again selected. Yeah, left control.
Hmm.
Then forward slash. The button near between right shift key, left side of right shift key.
Oh, I'm sorry, I did wrong. Okay. Okay. You're saying all
Actually, I think so. You do it manually. That's why. Okay. Then again press control. Then
it's not working for my. See, if I select, you say control and forward slash, isn't it?
yeah, forward slash. That the button which is near the right shift key, the left of right shift key.
No, it's not like, it's not working. So
Maybe you
you
have.
want me to, like, out
No,
that come?
yeah, you have said it correctly that if I want a remainder, then the
Remember that
percentile
I can just,
percentile, yeah, percentile
yeah,
is
yeah.
there. Yeah, it will give
Okay.
me the remainder. Okay,
Yeah,
now I have asked you one more question that if A greater than C and C
yeah.
is greater than D, but I have said A is greater than B and B is greater than C, the above one.
Yeah, this was your one. You showed in the class, the comment
Mm-hmm,
section. But
mm-hmm,
when you gave me the assignment to, like, print
mm-hmm,
out A is greater than. Okay. A
mm-hmm,
is greater, but the
mm-hmm,
same condition and the same value, it will not output like that, my understanding. So
mm-hmm.
this was my, I have created this one. I
The yeah,
didn't change.
you have created the new one, and
Huh.
I said to you that you can't do the new one. You can't change the values.
Values I haven't
Okay,
changed.
okay, okay. Just just comment your part, the which you have done. Just commented. Yeah, selected. Now press Control and forward slash.
Press control and forward
Control is
slash
in the
or
left.
backward.
Yeah, left control. The control key is in the left of your keyboard, left
Mm-hmm.
corner. Left,
Mm-hmm.
then control plus that forward slash, the button which is question mark, if you say
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
now it is working now.
Hmm.
Okay, but I think so you have comment the extra curly bracket. Just uncomment the 31 line.
Okay.
Okay, so your error is gone. Now uncomment the one which I have yeah, line number 12 to, yeah, this one.
No, if
It
I.
it, it is it because you have commented manually, that's why it is not working. Again, press it and do it manually.
Hmm. Okay.
Okay. Now I have said to you that you can't change A greater than B or B greater than C. Okay, you can't change the signs or the value of A, B. Okay, and I already said the line number 15, B is greater than C. You cannot change this. So how
Hmm.
can you do that? Now you see A is greater than B. No, it is not true. But
Hmm.
B is greater than C. But we have using the AND condition.
Oh, okay. Or if I can put the or
Yes,
one
yes,
here.
yes, yes,
Okay. Okay. So you want. Okay.
yes.
Sorry. That the this is called condition, and what will be the or? This a
Uh,
statement.
You can just press shift, then the above button, the simple line. No, this not the shift plus the button which is above the shift, right shift button, and left side of enter. Simple line.
Okay, you said shift, isn't it? Shift.
Uh, shift, the right shift, and then you can press the button which is on the left side of your enter button. The button below the button above the shift, right
Okay.
shift key.
Okay, got it. Wait a minute. I think I got you were saying. Mm,
Yes,
this
this
is
one.
gone. Okay.
You can you
Mhm.
can play, apply single line as well.
Oh, okay. Okay. So
Now run this.
let's save it and then run. Oh, okay. So
Okay.
this is the condition or the operation, isn't it? It will these are
Yeah,
operation
this is a
or
conditional operator, you can say.
an operator. Okay. No, I didn't think about the operator. Like the you're asking. I thought like I just made
That's
it like
that's why
different.
I have make a int c equal to 11. A is less
Uh,
than B, but B is greater than C. That's why if the one of the condition is true, then it will definitely go inside the bracket.
got it.
It
Mm-hmm.
says or when it says and. Okay, now this is the thing we have done. Now I'm sharing my screen once again, and I want to tell you more things about this.
Okay. That's,
Okay?
yeah.
Now, okay, my screen is visible to you.
Yeah. I can see your screen.
Okay, now I have applied single and then when I applied, you can say this operator or operator,
Mm-hmm.
then it will give me A is greater. So
Mm-hmm.
this thing we have done because one of the condition is true, whether
Mm-hmm.
B or C, whether if either of the condition is true or one
Mm-hmm.
of the condition is true, then it will go definitely inside. Okay, now I have applied the AND button, logical operator. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
now if I apply double AND, okay, if I run it again, now if you see, it will give me again the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
The B is greater because I have applied the AND sign.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it will give me the same thing. If I apply the single and run it again, the B is greater. So what is the difference between this and say this and this and?
Okay.
Okay, now for this to find out what we see. Now if you see, mm, mm, okay, uh, say now I will just tell you first like what it will do. Now this and sign, if I say this and sign, what it will do, it will check both the conditions. Okay. Now if you see that in this and this both condition has to be true, or you can say it has to satisfy this condition or this condition, then it will go inside. Okay, and this and operator will check both the condition, but
Mm-hmm.
in double and it will check first condition,
Oh, okay.
and if it is false, then it will not check the second condition. Here in single and it is
Mm-hmm.
checking both the condition, whether suppose this one is true, so
Mm-hmm.
this one is false, or this one is false, so it will not go inside this bracket. Okay, but I know In the AND operator, both the condition has to be satisfied to go inside. Now, if
Hmm.
I check this condition, it does not satisfy, so it will automatically does not check this condition because the it this operator knows that if this condition is not satisfied, so I don't have to check the other condition because both conditions have to satisfied if I want to enter into this curly bracket.
Hmm.
Getting my point that single AND will check the both condition. Either this one is false or true. It is not
Hmm.
bother about this. It will check this condition as well.
Yes.
Okay. Now to check it. Okay. Say we have say int a c d. Okay. Now what will I do? I will say I will make two functions. I say public static uh, name the function as boolean and name it as is logged in. Okay. But you know something about functions.
Um.
If I say you know something about functions,
Functions can call it. Functions means like the action, isn't like okay. Um. It's like okay, if
let
the phone is like phone, okay, it doesn't just
mhm,
name of the phone, but it doesn't define anything. It has, if we say like okay, messaging or call, those are
mhm.
action of the phone. So maybe those action, like we can tell those action as function of the phone. Am I
Okay.
right?
So yeah, you are right. In say let's do some study on functions first.
Okay.
Then we will look at that. Now, if you see, this is a function. Okay. Now I can add one more function. Say public uh, void say email. Okay. This is one function. Now I will say I just write a simple print statement and I will write in main function.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I will simply write in email function.
Hmm.
Okay. Now you see these are the functions. Main function, email function. Now suppose I run this file. It is giving me. Yeah. So it is saying in main function.
Hmm.
Okay. But it doesn't print the second print line.
Hmm. Hmm.
Why? Because functions cannot be called by
It's
themselves. Function cannot be called by themselves. It has to be called.
it's
Now, how to call a function?
It has
Okay,
to be under main function.
yes. Okay. Right now, I have make it static. What is static? What is non-static? We will discuss this also. But right now, just look that this is a function. Okay, this is public static main function. This is public static void email function. So if I want to print this statement, I can just call it as simple. Okay. Now,
Mm-hmm.
if I run this again, now it says in email function.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, suppose there is one more function, public static void, say add number, and it can be anything. Right now, we are just saying that these are the function. Okay. Now, I will say just more statement and say in add number function. Now, the thing is, I can call this function again in this main function, but the task is for you that I don't want to call in main function, but I want to print this line. So how can I do that?
Again, we need to call, like, call from the main function. We can
But
put add
but
number.
there is a thing, there is a situation that we cannot call from the main function.
Oh, we cannot call from the main. Then maybe we need to, uh, we cannot call from the, from in that function, add function, we need to, like, connect
I
from that,
I
from
want
that
to
we need to
I,
connect the main function from here.
but the thing is that I don't want to use this main function. This is beyond approaching. I don't want to approach this function. So and I want to print this statement. There is a line, I think so I told you. Function cannot be called by themselves.
Mm-hmm.
They can be called by another function. This is a main is a function. It can
uh,
call the email. So I am
then
putting the situation that you cannot call from it the main. Now,
then we cannot call itself.
but
Function cannot be called by the,
can email call the add number?
no.
Why?
Oh, mm, yeah. If we add this add number, add
To-
number function under the email, then it can call by main function.
Okay, in add number function.
Yeah,
So
because you showed me that the structure in the beginning, if, like,
yes,
somebody from other department to come another department,
yes,
have to
yes,
follow the framework. So
yes,
in
yes.
this case, we add
It
number
can
can.
call each other. It can call
Hmm,
each other because they all are static.
hmm,
This is static, static, static. Right now, I'm not worried about what is function static or not static. Right now, I'm just worried about whether what is function. Function can call
by other
another
function.
function. Okay. So this way, we have get the 2 points that function cannot be called by themselves, and function can call another function.
Hmm,
Okay. So these are the basic things, and you see that all the functions are parallel to each other.
hmm,
See that they are all parallel to each other. They are not inside each other, but they are
hmm.
parallel to each other. Okay,
Yes.
so these are the basic things that we call functions. Okay, now coming back to our say, yeah, this is the thing. Now, one thing more I want to tell you. Now, say this is a simple function. Okay, now, suppose what this void means, you have to think when function is void will not return anything. Right now, it's just a function. I'm just printing the statement. Now, suppose I will make one more function, say public static int add sum and pass integer a, integer b, okay, and then here I say int sum equal to a plus b, and in the end it will return, say, here I will say sum, and it will return sum. Okay. Now,
Hmm,
if you see the difference between these two functions, I just delete the void word and replace it by anything. The thing is that if it is integer, it will return integer. If it is boolean, then it will return boolean. It is string, then it will return string. Now, this integer function is returning me the sum. I will pass the two values and it will give me one value. That is the sum of those two integers. Now, how to
mm,
call this function? I can say uh, add, you see, it will just give me add sum. Say the first variable is 10 and second variable is 40. Okay. Now it will give me, what can I write? Now what it will give me, it will return me integer. This is returning me integer. So what can I do? I can press that value in another integer, name it as value. Okay. And say yes, so and print that value. Okay. Now suppose there is no, I'm not calling the email function right now. I'm just calling this add sum function. Now, if I run this, see, value is 50. Now, if you change the value, here you can say 70, here you can say 50. Okay. Now, it will give me the addition of two numbers. Okay. So, this is how I will just say, I will just, and I will paste it over here so that it will be clearly visible to you. Okay. Now, this function is returning me some value. What that value? It is returning me integer. Okay, and how I'm calling that function is like this. Now once you have to remember this thing, if you are passing integer values, you cannot pass dot values. If you see, method as some int in the time is not applicable for the arguments double int, because I am passing integers here. So
mhm,
I have to pass integers only. I cannot
mm,
pass other than integers. I cannot pass double. I cannot pass float. I cannot pass boolean. I cannot pass anything. Okay. Now, if you see, this function gives me integer. Now, same way, I will make one more function, say public static uh, boolean. What is boolean? It is true or false.
mhm,
Okay, and name it as test. Okay, and here. Okay,
mm,
now it will return because this is something where void is not returning, void is not written, then function has to return something.
mm,
Okay, now I will just simply say uh, return true. I'm just
true.
simply returning it true. You can return it false or you can do it in any condition, and you have to return something. Now here I can say if the function that is test is equal to true,
Mm,
then simple write
mm,
that it is
true.
true. Okay. Now if I run this again, now you see it is true. Now suppose if I returning it as false, okay, now it will not enter that bracket. Okay, so I can go with the else statement
Mhm,
that it is false.
okay.
Okay, so
Mm,
if you see, what I am trying to tell you that if the void word is not there, then function has to return something. Okay,
Hmm.
what is this static? What is this non-static? I will clear it to you in the coming time. But right now you have to consider on the functions only. That
Hmm.
void will not return anything. If it is not void, then it will return something, whether it will be boolean, whether it will int, and the number of arguments. Suppose I have passed here one more argument. So
Even if it is string, it has to return something.
yes,
Except
i-
void, if there is anything like an integer,
yeah.
boolean,
Now suppose
or
if I say
string.
one, I can make one more function public static. Now the return type should be, you can say string. So I will say string, and name your function as anything like concatenate 2. Okay, what I will pass? I will pass string A, then string B. Okay,
Hmm.
and what I will return? I will say return, or I will take one more string, string C equal to A plus B. It will concatenate and it will return C. Okay, so you have to be very clear that when you pass, it should be the passing value should be in the string only. You cannot pass, you can say string, you cannot pass integer to the string. If it is string, then you have to pass integer only. Now suppose if I want to call this function, now it is returning me string. So what will I do? I will declare one string, say string get val equal to this. Now here it is accepting first is as a string and second as an integer. So what will I do? First will as a string say selenium, okay, and second as an integer say 100, okay, and I say val is get val. Okay, now if I run this, you see selenium
Hmm.
100.
Hmm.
So you have to be very careful when you're calling the function, and if you want to return it something, the number of arguments should be the same as there in the function. So you cannot pass more than 2, you cannot pass less than 2. It has to be exactly the same as there in the function. Now here are two arguments or two values. Now suppose if I pass one more value int c. Now if you see, it will give me error, add some, because it says your argument says intent but accepting 3. So
Hmm.
whether it is used in the function or not, but if I'm passing the 3 arguments, when when I'm calling the function, I have to pass 3 arguments.
Hmm.
Okay,
Hmm.
so this is a thing of functions.
Hmm.
Okay? If you
So,
have any question, mhm.
yeah, is this function is same like constructor, like
No, 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 no. Don't get
like
confused
for-
in the constructor is a different thing.
okay,
Constructor is the same name with the class name.
okay,
It's a different thing. Don't get right now. Right now,
okay, no, no,
this
that's
just
fine.
just consider it on what are functions.
The different
I
functions. So why
Yeah.
we different, like for uh, why we create different function, it's not
Now
possible to put everything under the main function. Why?
because I want to reuse that functions again and again. Suppose right now I have only one class. Now in the project I have 10 classes. So suppose my 10 classes, I will tell you in the graphical way. Suppose I have some function. Suppose I have some classes. class 1, class 2, class 3, class 4. Okay. Now I will say as class 1, then class 2, then say class 3, and say class 4. Okay. Now every class wants to add the two number. One thing I can do, like here, I can make the different classes, and I will just say here, I will say, suppose rather than this add sum, what will I do? I say I will int uh, say equal to j equal to suppose 20, say int a equal to 30, and say then I will say int sum equal to j plus k. Okay. Now after that I will do some coding, like say some coding, like I will do some coding like the this one operators, or you can say this coding. Suppose after then I will do this coding, and after that again right now it is giving me error because there is no b no c. Suppose I say j k, again j k j k. Okay. Now after this coding again I have two numbers to add. So I will again declare one variable z equal to 45, then int say f equal to 90. Okay, then again I will say int you can say sum1 equal to z plus f. Okay, so if you see there is a repetition of code,
Hmm. Got it.
repetition, repetition, and after some coding again I will to add some number. This is the story of one class.
Hmm.
This is story of one class. Now in another class, suppose here I also wants to, you can say this is story of this class.
Hmm.
This is story of this class. Same stories, same story, same story, and again same story. So what will I do? I will do every time a repetition of code again and again, again and again.
Hmm.
Okay. Now you see this repetition of code again and again. Or one thing I can do, I will make a function in which I will pass two variables and it will give me the result. So what will I do? I just call this
The
every time.
function. Call the
Call this
function.
AND function. Now what I do? This function can be used by other classes as well. By making
Hmm.
the object of this class, this function can be used by, can say these by making the object of this class. Suppose I will say if I say um, suppose the class one say class c1 equal to new class one. Okay, class one c1 equal to, I will make a object of this class. Okay, and after this I can access that function. I will say int val equal to c1 dot add sum, and I will pass the values here. In every class I can pass the values here only. Suppose here this is c1, here I will just say this is for s2, this is for s3, and this is for s4. They will just
Hmm.
make the function of object of class 1, and they will just pass their values. They will not do the repetition of code again and again.
Hmm.
Okay, so this is a use of making functions. We can use that function in every file, And this is the concept of reusability.
Mhm.
One function can be used by every class, and I don't have to write so much necessary unnecessary code to it again and again. I just
Mhm.
call that function, pass the two variables, and it will give me the result. The 10 lines of code has been reduced to 2 plus 1, 3 lines of code. So less dependency. Now suppose if the number changes, I have to change everywhere. You can say here the number changes. Okay, now you have to change the number here only. If you see, suppose 70 becomes 50, you go here
Mhm.
and just say 50. Okay, it will give me. So the you can say reusability, your fastness, it will be very easy for you to control it. Okay, so
Got
this is the way. This is the use of functions. That why we make functions. Functions are made because of reusability.
it. Okay.
See over say that I have made the function here. If you
Mhm.
see here, mm, I say where, yeah, I have made the function here,
Mhm.
and this function can be accessed by
Other
okay,
classes.
other classes here, here, or here. But if I write same lines of code again and again in this class, in this class, in this class, then it will be repetition of code, which is not right. I can you can say you see that this is the two lines of code. Now this becomes two lines, two lines. But if I do it again, this three, 4 lines, 3, 4 lines, or 3, 4 lines, and again I have to initialize my variable, initialize my some variable, initialize my any variable. So it will take more memory, and my project will be on the slow side.
Mhm.
Okay,
So
so to
when we're
make it.
defining the object, this
Mhm.
C1, it will be changing, isn't it? For the different class, the
Mhm.
C1 will be changing. The
Yeah,
class
but
one
it will be different for different class. If you
different for
say
different.
different class, okay. So when
Mhm.
you make the reference, so it will be different for different class. Okay,
Mhm.
don't worry about that. It will not mix it up. It will do the things differently. I'm just giving you example because you are
Got it.
working on a class on a single time.
Hmm.
Okay, you are not working on the same classes on the same time. Okay, you are working on the class on the single time. Now, first you are working on this class, then you are working on this class, then you are working on this class.
Hmm.
Okay, so they will just access this. It is so fast that you cannot see in the human eye. You just click, it will give you the answer. Even you see here, when I just click it, the answer is coming in the, you can see in seconds, fractions of seconds.
Yeah.
Not even a 1 second. It's a so system is very, very fast. And I am making the function reusable. This is the concept of reusability. Okay. Now you
Okay.
understand what are functions?
Yeah. So function
Okay.
normally we create in like in one class, and we use
Hmm.
that function
Functions in
in
another other
multiple
classes, classes.
multiple classes. Okay.
Yes. And
So
functions are parallel to each other.
by defining the object of that class.
Yes, yes. You will see that we will do in this in the project in the coming framework. But right
Hmm.
now, just remember that what are functions? Functions
Got.
cannot be called by themselves. Function can call another function, and the
Hmm.
function which has void will not return anything.
Hmm.
If the function is returning something, then it has to be something. You cannot do it like this. It
Hmm.
will
Hmm.
give you error. So you have to return type for the method is mixing. So you have to give the return type, whether it is
Hmm.
string, whether it is integer, whether it is boolean, whether it is double, or whether it can be anything. But you
Hmm.
have to give that what that function is returning.
Hmm.
Okay, so this is how you made functions. Okay,
Got it.
now what is static, what is non-static, we will discuss also. But right now, just know that what are these functions.
Got it.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
Now coming back to our that file, say we are saying getting the difference between and double and.
Yeah.
Okay. Now say there is a function which is logged in. Now it's static boolean, so it will return something, and it
Yeah.
has to be something like true or false. Right now I
No.
say that it is returning true.
True. Okay.
Okay, and I will
Hmm.
make one more function, uh, public static boolean.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and say, mm, say it will return the is inbox. It can be anything. Inbox link present. Okay, and it will return also something.
Yeah.
Okay, I will say just say return true. Okay,
Okay.
now and I will also mention some print statements so that we can see whether it will go to that particular function or not. And say in is logged in, and for this function I will say is in is inbox link present. Okay, so I have two functions, and we have two print statements to see whether it is uh, uh, to see that whether it is going to both of the functions or not. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
now if I say uh, I just comment this one. Okay, and I will call like if I can do it both ways, is logged in equal to true. I can do it like this, or I will say this and say and is inbox link present. If they both are true,
Mm-hmm.
then I will say just a print statement SYSO and say do something. Okay, now if I run this, now there this function, this main function is calling these two function. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and I will just say I will do this as well so that we can just see the output of our, or you can say just this one. So that, okay, now say if I run this, now it says in main method. Okay, now it says c divided by 3. Okay, and now it says do something because these both return true. And if you see, it has print both the statements in is logged in and in is like so. Both of the condition are true, then only it will go inside.
Mm-hmm.
This and statement says now what we have. I have told you about the double and that it will check first condition only.
Yeah.
If it is false, it will not go to the second condition. Now, what will I do here? Is it logged in?
A
What
double
will
and
I will just return false.
false.
Okay, so if it is false, then it will not go inside. But if these both print statements are there, then it says that this double and will check both the condition. But
Mm-hmm.
if there is only
First one. Hmm.
first one and it will not, if it is false, then it will not the check the
Check the
second one.
second one. Huh.
Okay, this is how to check. Now, if I run this, now you see
Nothing came. Yeah.
only it has checked the first condition. If it is false, it will not check the second condition.
Hmm.
Okay,
Got it.
but in the if you see in the and, if I say run this now, You see,
Hmm.
it has checked both the condition whether this is false. I have written it false. Whether it is false or not, it will going to check the second condition.
Hmm.
But in double AND, again I'm repeating, in double AND, it will not go to the second condition if it finds the first condition to be false.
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
you will get the difference between these two,
Mm-hmm.
and double AND operator.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now the thing that you have done, that percentile thing.
Hmm.
Okay, now I will make a suppose here. No, this is not my thing.
Those are
Mm.
operation, isn't it? The and all, like in a double and. Those are called operations.
It's a conditional operator.
Okay.
It's, you can say operators, you can say conditional operators. Okay, now say yeah. Okay, now you have uh, now I have to ask you that what it should return, and you have tell me that if I go with the percentile, then it will definitely return me the remainder.
Hmm.
Okay, now I want that you have used the for loop. You know what is for loop. We have covered the for loop or not?
Uh, for loop? No, we have not done.
We have not done the for loop, but I think so. I have give you the introduction about the for loop. Uh, that what is for loop, what is while loop.
No. No.
Okay, suppose
It,
so
one minute, Abhijit. So
yeah.
these function can we create in separate, like it has to be under some class, or we can just create in Java. We just create the function.
Uh, no, you have to create under the class so that you can use it again and again.
Okay. Okay.
Otherwise, suppose if there is no this class, how can I call it? Now, if I
Got.
suppose these are two functions, my first file and function study. Okay, now
Mm-hmm.
function study, I have my function. Now here I want to call that function. How can I call it? Now I can say function study fs equal to new function study. Okay, now say if I want to add a and b, I will simply say int val equal to fs dot add sum, and I will pass a and b, and I will just, you can say sys, okay, and say val. Okay, okay, this is the thing is it is static, so it in a static way. So I can call that. You will get to know that I can call the functions from another classes as well. When I told you that what is static, what is non-static, but right now don't go into that. You will get confused. So
Yeah.
I will say I will add a new say new class and say I will name it as loops. Okay, here I will say finish. Okay, now suppose suppose if I want that you should write numbers between 0 to 10. So how will you write it? You know something about loops or not?
Loops. No, I forgot.
Okay, now suppose say this is I'm telling about the for loop first. Now for loop says suppose int I equal to 0. Right now, I want to print the numbers between 0 to 10. I'm just printing the numbers. Here, I will give the condition that I is less than equal to 10 and say I plus plus. This is a can say syntax That is compulsory syntax. Now here I will say SYSO and I will just print I. Okay. Now if I run this, now you see
Hmm.
0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now this is known as initialization.
Hmm.
Here I am giving the value. This is known as condition that I will run till I is less than equal to 10, less than or equal to 10.
Hmm.
And this is the incrementation.
Hmm.
Okay. Now the condition is like started with 0. Okay. If I say it started with 5, so it will print
5 to
5
10.
to 10.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay. So this is how your for loop will work. Like it is starting. Now suppose now it is printing 0 to 10. Now tell me if I don't want to print 10, what can I do here? What changes I will do?
Condition I less than 10. It
Okay,
shouldn't be I equal to.
okay. If I do this, yes, it will give me 0 to 9. So 10 is not included.
Hmm.
Okay, so you have to see that where to start from and where to end.
Yeah.
Okay, now suppose uh first of all here I will tell you one more thing. Uh you know what is global variable and what is local variable? I can
No.
tell you here as well. Suppose, so if you remember, I have told you about the scope of the class
Scope of the class.
that is inside this curly
Inside
brackets.
the curly brackets. Yeah.
The scope, the area of this class, like if we see in the movies, Hindi movies, old Hindi movies, they say that this is my area, you cannot come. So
Hmm.
the area of the class loops is inside these brackets.
Hmm.
Okay, now suppose uh, there is one more function public static void and say this is call test method function can be anything. The name of function can be any. Okay. Now this function is here. Now suppose I have one variable known as int y equal to 10. Okay. So this is the variable whose value is 10. Now here I have one more variable int z equal to 100, and suppose if I want to add the sum equal to z plus y, but this y will give me error. Y cannot be resolved to a variable because the y it cannot access y, it cannot take y from this because the scope of this y is inside this brackets because it is being declared inside the function. The scope of this variable or can say life of this variable is inside this variable only.
Hmm.
Okay, so it cannot be outside of this variable. So if you see that this y is not, you see it cannot access this y. Okay, so, so this is known as local variable
Under
because
the main function.
yeah, it can be here. Now z is also a local variable
Under that curly, like in that under that function, this is the local variable.
because z can be accessed by this function only. It
Yeah.
cannot be used in any another function.
Got it.
I cannot call z here as well. If you see that if I want to say int val equal to y plus z, so I cannot call. It says that
Hmm.
z is undefined. Z cannot result to a variable. Okay,
Hmm.
so z is not something that can be accessed because it is a local variable.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now suppose read this line. If I want to access y here, so what will I do? I have to make it global, and I will say static int y equal to 10. Now you see it is not giving any error.
Hmm.
Okay, that's why this is a now it's a global variable.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Okay.
so global variable can be accessed by the function. It the as the name suggests global, it can work in the you can say in every department. Now, if I want to show you in the paint, I will say now suppose this is a factory. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
now there are two rooms. So this is you can say room one and this is room two. Some workers are working like you can say A, B, and C are working in room one. Similarly, D, E, F are working in room two.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is whole a new factory. This is a factory. Okay, and some workers are working in room one, some work on room two, and some are working, you can say, under the factory. It is this. It says G H I. So these three workers are in the factory. Now, these three workers cannot go to this room. Similarly, these three workers cannot go to this room. But these three workers can
Can go any room.
can go to any room, whether it is room one and
Mm-hmm.
whether it is room two.
Got it.
Okay. Okay. Similarly, in our case, factory, you say class is like a factory.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now we have two functions. What one is you can say main function, and in our case, the second one is call test function.
Hmm.
Okay. Now in the main function, if you see, I have declared it y. When it is in here, I have declared y. Y is working here, and Z is working here.
Mm-hmm.
So I cannot access Y here, and this room or this main function cannot access Z here. To
Yeah.
make it public function, what will I have do? I have just say I have delete this variable from here and declared it here so that this can be accessed by this main function and accessed by this call test function.
Yeah.
Okay, so this variable is known as global
Global.
variable.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you understand the concept of global
Yeah.
and local.
Yeah. Very clear.
Okay,
Thank you.
okay, so this is the example to understand that what is global, what is local.
So
Okay.
basically, if we need to use some variable multiple times in
Mm-hmm.
multiple functions, so
Mm-hmm.
we define that variable in the global as a global variable.
Yes, as a global variable, you have to define
Hmm.
that variable
Got-
as a global variable.
Yeah, got it.
Okay, because
Hmm.
if it is a local variable, then it cannot be accessed by another function.
Hmm.
To access this function, we make it global. Why we make it global? Because sometimes what happens, you will see, we will I will give you the example why there is a need of global variable. But right now we are looking into loops. Okay, so coming back to our loops, it says int I equals 0, I is less than 10, and I plus plus.
Hmm.
Okay, then I will print all the things. Now you have tell me that this thing say okay, this will give me remainder. You
Yeah.
have tell me that this will give me remainder. Now, if it says something like 19, okay,
Mm-hmm.
now I know that remainder should be 1. So 3, 6, the 18, then remainder should be 1. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
now if I say, now it's the remainder because I will just write remainder
Mm-hmm.
is, okay, and run this again. So remainder is 1. So whatever I will do, I will get the remainder, whether it is 1 or anything. Now say if it is 9, if it is say 5. So remainder should be 4.
4.
Okay. Now it says remainder is 4. So we are on the right track. Okay. Now the thing is that I want, if you want to try it here, I'm with you. I want you to get the sum of first 100 numbers, right? I'm with you. You have to do it in the for loop.
Oh, first 100 number. Okay.
Yes,
From 0 to 100.
yes.
Okay. First 100 number, definitely it will be like, from I equal to 0.
Mm-hmm.
And if it is a 100 number, I should be less than 100.
Okay.
And then first 100 I equal to plus plus.
Yeah, it is. That's condition is same. Now thing is
Yeah.
that I need 100 as well. So they should be equal
Then
to sign as
equal
well.
to, then it will be equal to.
Okay.
Then 100 plus 1 total count will be.
Yeah. So how will you find the, you can say, sum of first 100 numbers?
I'm sorry, I didn't get what was there said.
So how will you find the sum of first 100 numbers? I
Sum
want
of
to,
first 100
yeah,
number.
I want the
Okay.
total of first 100 numbers. Now, one thing you have done, that you have made, can say, your loop 0 to 100. Now you will get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 till 100. So
Yeah.
how to add that numbers?
Okay. And now
Mm-hmm,
we can, after that for
mm-hmm,
loop, we can give the condition.
mm-hmm.
We can, like, let me say,
Just try it. Don't worry about the time.
okay.
I'm here. Mm. Now you need some variable in which you will, now if you see every time here, I am int sum equal to a plus b. So sum is
Hmm.
some where I'm adding something.
Yeah.
Sum is there where I'm adding something. Okay. Now you need some variable here as well.
Yes.
Some variable where you will put your result.
Yeah.
Okay. So where should be that variable?
That variable should be after for loop.
Okay. You want to be here, put here.
No. No.
You want to put here.
No.
Okay.
Before the curly bracket.
So where should I put on the line number 10, 11, 12, 13? Where should I put the that particular variable? Right, you are on the right track.
Mm, yeah, I'm just thinking because I
Hmm.
have to use in there.
Now
Okay,
you need just
yes, under the 13. 13, put it 13. For
13.
that, that's the condition. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
now I'm defining the variable I
Mm-hmm.
equal to or integer sum
Mm-hmm.
mm, equal to
Mm-hmm. No, you have to declare it something first. Okay, so
integer
it will
sum
be. Yeah,
Okay.
it will be like this only. Okay, you have to declare it first. Now, what is the thing that you have?
Now
Suppose,
sum
mm-hmm,
equal to 0 plus I.
why zero?
But the first one is or
But
I plus
it can be
oh,
done as sum plus
sum
I.
plus I. Okay.
Okay, now
Hmm.
if I just comment this one,
Hmm.
so what it will do? Sum plus I.
It
So
will give you now you
now,
have to return.
if you, yeah, now, no, we don't have to return it. We are in the for loop. But
Okay.
listen to, see it very carefully. The thing is that you are, we are working on the loops, and if you see what loop will do, it will go here, 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 then come back here,
Hmm.
here, 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 till it achieves the last condition. When
Hmm.
I is equal to 100, then it will go in the loop, loop, loop. Now
Hmm.
you, when you
Hmm.
see, when you, it comes back here, again it will initialize sum to 0.
Yeah.
So again, if I add something, but on the starting of loop, sum becomes 0. 0 plus 1, so it will, sum will be 1. But when I come back here, again sum will be 0. Then 0 plus 2, the 2. So every time my loops comes here, this sum becomes 0. So
Hmm.
this is the wrong. You have
I
to
sum equal to I.
you have to declare it outside the for loop.
Oh, okay.
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 Okay. Now if I say SYSO and say
That
sum
should be
is
inside, isn't it? Or inside the curly bracket? The system out?
here, you're
No,
talking
not
about
that
sum.
one. No, no. The system dot out println that.
Should be, you see that it should be in the inside. So C plus, we will take, okay. Now we will cut it from here and
Yeah. Think
do
putting
it
over there.
over here. Okay, and
Hmm.
every time we can, sum is, you can say, we can count the thing as, say, here I will tell I as well. Okay, it will say the sum is, I just want to write that, what is that value it is going to print. Okay, now if I run this, I just, now you see every time it will print 0, 1, 3, 6, 10, 15, because every time the loops come back,
Hmm.
it will print the same thing again and again. You see, because it is for 0, 1. So what will I do? I just put this and over here. Okay, and if I run this, because sum is declared inside this function, okay, it is not declared inside this bracket. The scope of
Oh,
this sum variable is
hmm.
inside this function. Okay, so what is
Hmm.
doing, sum equal to 0 plus 1, so it will come back again. Now sum is equal to 0 plus 1, 1. Then again it
Hmm.
will come back here. Now sum will becomes 1 plus 2.
Hmm.
I will just make it here, and I will tell you how it is going on. I will just, okay, I will just say this one. Okay, now it comes here for the first
Hmm.
time. Okay, now say line by line. Now I is 0 for the first time.
Hmm.
Here 0 plus
Hmm.
0. Now sum is 0. Now come back to again. Now I will initialize. Now what will I become? I becomes 1
Hmm.
because of this I plus plus. Now what this sum equal to? Sum plus 1. Okay, now what sum becomes? Sum becomes 1. 0 plus 1. Sum equal to 1. Okay, now if I press F6 again, again equal to F6 here. Now what the sum becomes? Sum becomes 3 because 1 plus 2, what is I right now? I is 2. So 1 plus 2 equal to 3. Again, come back here. Now, what is I here? I is equal to 3 and
Mm-hmm.
sum is equal to 3. So
Mm-hmm.
sum becomes 6. Now here, if you see, sum becomes 6. Okay? This is how the thing is going on in the loop. Okay. Now again, what will the I? I again incremented by 1. I becomes 4. And previously I have the sum as 6. Now 6 plus 4 equal to 10. So now what does say? Sum is 10.
Mm-hmm.
So this way you can say it will add one by one the
Mm-hmm.
numbers one by one. So sum has to be declared outside the for loop. You don't
Mm-hmm.
have to declare inside the for loop because every time when it comes here, sum becomes 0.
Got it.
Okay, that's why I have declared it outside the loop.
Yeah, got it.
Okay, okay,
Mm-hmm.
just practice it. Okay, now after this, what I want from you, I have add the first 100 numbers. Okay, now what you have to do is you have to what is even number, what is odd number.
Yeah, or even number divisible by 2.
Okay, now you have your 100 numbers. Now I want you in between 100 numbers, I want to add only even numbers.
Okay,
Or second thing, add only odd numbers. In
okay.
both of them, if you can achieve one thing, you can achieve the other.
Mm-hmm.
Either you add all the even numbers between 1 to 100, or either you add all the odd numbers between 1 to 100. Okay, I'm again repeating, add all numbers between 1 to 100,
All even number.
all add all numbers who are even number between 1 to 100, or you can do the same thing. If you achieve this one, you can achieve the next one. In this, your percentage D will help. This will help you out.
Okay.
Okay, so I have
Mm,
given you the hint.
okay.
Okay,
And
just try to,
we can use the if statement?
yeah, you can use the if statement. You have to use if statement.
If statement, isn't it? Yeah.
Okay, now if you see, you have already told me that the even numbers are completely divisible by 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
So,
so
yeah, remainder will be 0. And,
yes,
okay,
this is the thing. So this is your homework.
got it. Got
Okay,
it.
okay,
Mm-hmm.
so just watch the video, and if you have some errors or you can some doubts, ask
Mm-hmm.
me in the next class. But don't think that you cannot do it. You can. Now, if you
Mm-hmm.
see that you have done this thing, you have told me about the that function things, but I have asked you, you have searched about the percentage. That percentage thing is get by you only. I have not tell it to you. You have searched it. Okay. The same
Mm-hmm.
way you have to do it in this. You can go for the Google because I know that you have understand, but watch the full video, watch the full recording, do it
Mm-hmm.
by yourself. After that, when you done this video, after
Mm-hmm.
that, go for the Google.
Got it.
Okay,
Got it.
don't go
Mm-hmm.
for the first time. Don't go for the exercise on the first time. Just watch the recording. What I have done here, all the functions, all the things. Just do it by yourself. Okay,
Sure.
then only go for the Google or you can go for the exercise. But you have to done this all first. What I have done today.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think so.
Mm.
I'm not moving too fast.
No, no, that's fine. So we learned today functions, conditional operator loops, global
We have done,
and
we have done
local.
functions. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
then we have, you can say, study about the AND operator and this double AND operator.
Yeah,
Okay, functions we have done, but void will not return anything. Function
yeah.
can call another function. Function cannot be called themselves. Function can return something which is not void, and you have to declare what that type is. It can be string, it can be int, it can be boolean.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so and the number of arguments should be same here. You cannot pass more than the number
When
of
we are
argument
defining the object.
defined in the, you can say, in the function.
Mm.
If you define two arguments, you can pass only two arguments. You cannot pass less than two or more than two. It has exactly to be same. The number of arguments should be exactly same as there in your function. If it is two, then it has to be two only. It cannot be less than two, or it cannot be more than two.
Got it.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just watch the recording. Okay,
Sure.
do it thoroughly. If you stuck somewhere, I can repeat this tomorrow as well. But you have to be very sure that you have complete this part. Only I will move then.
Got it. Sure.
Okay, Sumita.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Okay,
Yes.
you have to now. This is time for hard work. Now, if you hard work for 7 to 10 days, I will
Mm-hmm.
definitely I will write you in the written. You can say I write you in the affidavit. You will definitely achieve more than something. You will
Okay.
find you will find yourself after 3 to 5 days that something
Mm.
has changed.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
Okay,
Thank you.
so just
Mm.
practice. Okay, just
Sure.
watch the again. I'm saying, okay, watch the recording again.
Mm-hmm.
Then after that, go for the exercise.
Sure. I'll
When
do
you
that.
do the things yourself, you will get to know why I'm doing this and why I'm doing that.
Okay.
Okay, so just try to do if you can. Otherwise, I will definitely tell you how to do it. I have
So
given you the,
basically, I have to do the same sum, but the with the even or like
yeah,
uh, even and odd numbers separately.
yes,
Okay.
separately. You
Okay.
can make two for loops, one for
Hmm.
even number, one for odd number.
Got it. Got
Okay.
it.
Okay then, Sumita. Then we will meet tomorrow once again.
Okay. Please share the recorded one.
Yeah, yeah.
When,
I will just say I will share the in half an hour you will get the recording.
sure. And please email me. That will be easy for me to pull
Okay,
out.
okay. I will email it to you and I will pass it to in your WhatsApp number as well.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, Sumita.
Good
Okay,
night.
bye and good night for me and good morning for you.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Yeah.
Thank
Just I will pass the recording in half an hour.
Sure. No problem.
Okay. Okay. Bye,
Thank.
Sumita.
Bye.
Take care. Take care.
Take care.